All right, welcome back to Unbound Chapters Podcast. I'm Sandra.
I'm Isabel.
Today for Smutmas Day 9, we have a story that we read because we did something today. What did we do, Isabel?
We went to see the Nutcracker ballet.
There we go. The Nutcracker Ballet. What a time. 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. The Korean National Ballet killed it. So good. So the book we read today is inspired by the Nutcracker, and it is called Protected. This is book 1 in, I think so far, just a 2-book series.
I think it's gonna be at least
but like
6.
the second book was like 2022.
Maybe they're not gonna finish
I don't know.
it because she only. Anyways, we'll talk about that at the end.
Yeah, so it's called Protected by Aidy Award. Aidy. I think that's how you say it, but yeah, Aidy Award. What do you think?
It started out, I thought, like, pretty strong. I was interested in it, like, the whole time.
I got confused when suddenly it was like, I saw the P word, and I was like, where did this come from? It's like, the vibe that I was getting from, like, the whole story from the beginning. I was just like, okay, this is, nice story. Then suddenly I dropped the P word, and I was just like, so sudden.
Yeah. It wasn't until, like, the last, I think, was it 30 or 40 pages for me, where it started to make less sense. And it was, like, really rushed.
Yeah, it got really rushed at the end, and also less Nutcracker-like to me.
Yeah.
Because I just watched it today. I never knew anything about the story of the Nutcracker. And then I watched it today. I mean, they didn't speak while the ballet was going, but, like, yeah. I don't know where the rest of the Nutcracker came from. There's, like, this gingerbread man. There's, like, these other fae who are, like, the princes and stuff. And I was like, what? There is... Did you hear my voice? There is the... Well, he's a mouse prince in this book. And there's a mouse queen in the book instead of the mouse king, Yeah, the story just started. This girl, she's... Oh, it even says, like, with the rest of the title, it's like a curvy girl story. So, right off the bat, we have, like, this girl who's not the typical ballerina body type.
But she loves ballet.
Yeah, but she loves ballet, she loves dancing, and she is a ballet dancer, but she never gets, like, parts that she wants, or
she just never gets parts in general.
Yeah, so she really wants to play this character in the Nutcracker. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's like Vivian Deer. It's a French word. Vivian Deer? I don't know.
Most ballet words are French words.
Yeah, but I also looked up what that is. That character, it is someone that used to work side by side with French soldiers, and they would give them, like, canteens of water and things. That's what they were. So it made sense that's why she was with a soldier in the book. But, yeah, so she really wanted that part. She's always loved that part because she's been told stories about, like, the Nutcracker's world.
Since she was a kid.
Yeah, since she was a kid, so she really loved that character. And she wanted to be that character. Well, she danced her little heart out. Even the, like, ballet director or someone who was holding auditions, like, kind of made, like, a face to her. Like, kind of like, you killed it, And then she ended up not getting the part. Someone else got the part, so she was, like, real upset by it. And her friend...
Not a friend.
What? Yeah, that girl was not a friend. She said some really stupid things. And she was like, oh, thank you for, like, calming me down. No, if you ever said some shit like that to me, I would be like, okay, fuck you. I'm gonna go do what I want to do anyway. Just, like, let me be upset. You knew I wanted this part. I did so good. And then I didn't get the part. Of course, you're allowed to be upset. You're allowed to not get the part, obviously. But, like, for your friend to just... I don't know. Anyway, she didn't get the part, so she just went back home to her sick father, brother that does not get along with her, they kind of hate each other, and her betrothed, the man that she's supposed to marry, which is like Drosselmeyer.
He's like ancient. He's old.
Yeah, but like in the Nutcracker, it says Uncle Drosselmeyer, right? In this book, I don't think it's her uncle, but he's been in the family for a while, apparently. Like, it seems like he's known the family.
Toy maker.
Yeah. So, he seems like he's, like, spitting with her, but she's just like, I do not want to marry this man. I'm doing it because our family is running out of money. His family has money, and he's been nothing but kind to us, paying for things and that kind of thing. So, I get it, but, you know, that still kind of sucks. Anyway, it's like is it Christmas Eve? No, it's not Christmas Eve. Because it's like December 14th. They talk about like 12 days before Christmas. The portal opens and then it's going to close on Christmas. Anyway, they're at like this holiday party.
They're hosting.
Yeah, hosting a holiday party. They're going to be announcing their engagement at the party, but that's not why the party was being had. It was just like a...
They do it every year.
Added, bonus. So everyone is coming around and they bring out these boxes and they open the box. Those ballerinas that she was auditioning for, they came out of the box and she finds the character that she really wanted to be, notices that there's a new person playing the partner, like the soldier, and it wasn't a girl, it was replaced with a man, so she was like, of course they replaced it with a man, blah, 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 blah. But this soldier is, like, intently staring at her, and she's, like, feels, fanny flutters. And she's just like, okay, I think I'm gonna back away before the presents come out for, like, the children. She's trying to, like, retreat, and then her soon-to-be fiance, well, I think they are kind of already fiancé, but...
Soon-to-be hubby.
Yeah. He also sneaks away and like, oh, like, how are you? Like, here's a present for you. She opens up the present, and it's like, pretty much like an exact replica of the little toy soldier that she was just intently fixated on. And her brother comes over, and he's like a spoiled little effer, and he like tries to take it from her, and she's just like, Anyway, it falls on the ground, it gets broken. Just the arm is like broken a little bit, not all the way off. Then Drosselmeyer kind of like fashions like a little sling for the toy. He's like, he's gonna need some time to recover before he can do something. And then at one point she's talking about like the Nutcracker realm, and he's just like, oh yeah, the stories are true. And she's like, I'm not a kid anymore, like you don't have to like say those things. But she just thought it was like odd. Excuse me. And then time goes by, party is done, and she's just like sitting by the Christmas tree and she falls asleep. She wakes up to someone like whispering to her, telling them that they need to go to this place. So she thinks
princess.
Yeah, he called her like Princess Clara Maria, and she just thinks that she's dreaming. So she's just like, okay, like go. It's the toy soldier that I was like bewitched by, and okay, I'll go with you. But as they're getting like closer to the portal, the mouse prince comes out, and he's just like, I'm taking her, not you. And she's just like, what in the world is happening? They have like a little duel. The mouse prince ends up cutting the soldier like pretty good, and they make it through the portal. But because he's injured and she's kind of freaking out, he's unable to like properly think about where he wants to land in his realm. So they're just like in the Christmas tree forest and snowing everywhere. She's cold, obviously. She still thinks that it's a dream.
In the snowflake realm.
Yeah, snowflake realm. She still thinks it's a dream, and she's starting to see like eyes peeking out. She's like, oh my god, I hope it's not like more mice or more rats, because the rats were like kind of attacking at her house with the mouse prince, and ended up being like these little pixie things, and they don't speak.
But they're not really called that.
Yeah, they're just called pixies.
They're called the marzipan
marzipan pixies. But it's actually them. They're really kind. They can't speak, but they whip up some hot cocoa. She drinks it. She's already feeling better. Then she ends up like, they're like telling her to like feed it to him, but he's like kind of unconscious, like bleeding. She like dips her fingers in the cocoa. She's like rubbing on his lips, and he ends up sucking on her fingers because he's like coming to. And he's like just transfixed by her, and he's getting a little bit better. And then suddenly some angel comes by with like a note, and it's a note for him. We found out his name is, did you say Nuss or Noose? Nuss?
Nuss, I think.
I also said Nuss. Yeah, so there's like a note for Nuss asking like, you know, did you find her and like where are you? But then these two fae come like barreling in on like these horses or something like that. Did they? Yeah, they had horses. All day my voice has been fine. Suddenly I tried to record and everything's stuck. Two fae come by and they're like, oh my gosh, like what's going on? But before they said, oh my gosh, what's going on? One of them just plants one on her, starts viciously making out with her. She's just like, what the fuck, you know, freaking out. And he doesn't realize that she has no idea who she is, what's going on, nothing like that. The other one also planted a smoocher on her, more slow, sensual, nice. And she's like, okay, two hot men just kissed me in a matter of 30 seconds. And she doesn't know who they are or what's going on, but they kind of figure out, like, oh, like, we see that he's injured, yada, yada. This whole time, the mouse prince, like, Koenig, he's kind of, like, hiding by some trees, watching all of this transpire, and he was like, I need to get this girl. His mom, the mouse queen, she is, like, really not happy that he failed getting her, bringing her back to their realm because she wants to destroy her or something. So she's kind of peeved at her son. So she's like, you need to get this girl back. So he's kind of like on a scouting mission, kind of. Yeah. Scouting might be the wrong word, but he's trying to find her, and he's just watching all of this transpire. And a whole fight breaks out.
Wait, the other dude came.
Oh, before the other dude came, or before the fight breaks out, another prince comes, the
Viking.
gingerbread Viking. He comes, and does he also kiss her? No, he picks her up and puts her over his shoulder, and he's like, we got her, we're going back. And they're like, whoa, like, we can't go anywhere yet, like, Noose is over here, he's, you
like,
know.
why haven't you healed him yet?
Yeah, so he's all, anyway, he sets her down, and he's just like, oh, like, I see why you like her, like, she was, like, speaks her mind or something like that. And then, yeah, this whole fight breaks out. Koenig, the mouse prince, he comes out, all his little mice buddies come out, and they're kind of fighting. The mice are, like, taking over everything, just crawling all over all of them.
Gross.
Little teeny tiny mouse bites, and things are not looking good. And then, yeah, somehow they're able to get away, but apparently Koenig went over to her and whispered something. We didn't know at the time what he said, but she just starts running. And anyway, they all make it out. They're going to Leb's gingerbread kingdom because that's like the last place that hasn't been touched by the mouse queen. Like, because it's secret, they don't know where it's at. But while they're going there, some of the rats are like following behind. Yeah, so you can just see like arrows are starting to like shoot, and like the rats are like getting killed. Anyway, they make it safely to the gingerbread kingdom, and we meet Leb's mom. We talked about how he has like 30 brothers and more than that of sisters, and she's just like, what? And he's like, my mom, she has lots of lovers. She's like, oh, okay.
She still be popping them out though.
Yeah. But they, two of the, Nuss was already injured from before, but one of the other guys, I don't know if it was Tao, do you say Tao?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it was Tao or Zor.
It was Zorth?
Zorth or like Zorak?
I don't remember. It
So,
was
so,
Z something.
yeah,
I'm
Z
just gonna call him
something.
Z.
Yeah, it was either Z or
He was
Tao.
hurt because Tao was on a horse. He's injured, but he was on a horse.
Yeah, so two of them were like pretty badly hurt, so they're like getting taken care of, and the girl Clara Maria is having like is having like a heart to heart with the gingerbread mother. She's talking to her about her life and all these Christmas things and how she was born, or they were all born on the same day. Like they were all supposed to like not fight, but like
born on the same Christmas star.
Yeah, they're all born on the same Christmas star. Apparently, she has a twin. She's like, well, she has a brother.
She didn't know he was a twin, though. Didn't she call him like older brother or something?
I don't know. We know that they're brothers, but they didn't mention the age difference. But he just acts like a spoiler child. He just ruins everything. Mm. Anyway, like all of them were born under the same Christmas star, and they're supposed to she's supposed to choose one of them to like be with, but I guess the guys came together and were like
the four princes, not the rat prince, and obviously not her brother.
Yeah, not her brother, not the mouse prince, but the other four. They came together, and the gingerbread Viking was like, "It's my custom that one girl shares multiple men, so instead of coming against each other, let's just come on each other." Let's just get her together. And they were like, all right, that's fine. You know, we could all have her. That's fair.
Yeah. But they've also had a long time to think about it.
Yeah, it's been a century, apparently. They've known about her their whole life. She doesn't know anything about anything. I mean, she was just told stories, but she doesn't know that it's, like, related to her.
Yeah, she was taken to the human world when she was a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Her and her brother.
Yeah. So she kind of has that heart-to-heart with the gingerbread mom, and she ends up putting another necklace over her. So we find out that she has to find 7 necklaces to restore the balance to the realm.
They make up the crown of the... Was it Sugar Plum?
I don't remember anything about a crown.
The pieces together make a crown, and whoever wears the crown is like... They get their powers... The realms get their powers back, and they're like the queen of all the things.
Well, I just know that apparently all of the necklaces are missing. Obviously, the gingerbread one isn't missing because they haven't been taken over by the Mouse Queen, so theirs isn't lost. So she has to find all of these pendants. I feel like the one that she wears is one of them.
It is.
Yeah, so she doesn't need to find that one. So now she has 2, so she needs to find 5 more.
I'm pretty sure that when it was Mouse Princess POV, he said that the Mouse Queen stole his. Which is why he's like bound to her.
Okay. Yeah.
So I know where 2 of them are.
Yeah. So that means she just needs to get 5 more. Which, does that mean her... Who are the other 5? Because if she has one, then that means the brother is hers.
We know where the mouse one is. We know where the ginger one is. Then there's the one from her realm, but her realm had 2 names, so maybe it was.
But she has
2
one on
put
her.
Together. That's not hers. That's not. It's just a necklace.
I literally said I think that's a pendant. You said it is.
I was talking about the other one.
I'm talking about the magic one that she wears, or the one that she wears.
No, it might be, but
even then, there's another person. It would be the twin, Koenig the mouse, Z, Tao, Leb.
I feel like
and her
kingdom, the sound and whatever kingdom. I feel like it was joint kingdoms, and I think having twins is probably common in that family, so they have a ruler for each.
Okay, well, this will be hers, the twin, Koenig, the mouse, Z, Tao, Leb. It's only and Noose. Okay, there's 7. Okay. So maybe the one that she wears is 1. And the other one is missing somewhere. Either way, so that would be 7. So apparently, once you find a pendant, whoever realm it belongs to, you have to like bond to get the magic. So the gingerbread one was not found, was given to her first, which means Leb gets to bind them together. But she wants that, but she wants all of them.
Well, they bring it to her as all of them.
Yeah. But it doesn't have to be all of them. It could only just be, it doesn't have to be all of them. But it ends up being all of them, except for, obviously, the twin, because we don't know. Yeah. Anyway, not the twin, not the mouse prince, and not Noose. Because, did I say Nuss or Noose before? I think I went back and forth with the book. I said Nuss and Noose, I think. Either way, he hasn't been with anybody. He's saving himself for her, but the other people have been with other people. 2 of them are together.
He can't be with her until the crown is worn.
Yeah, so I feel like it's his choice. Because the other 2,
because he's like,
he's like the captain of like the Nutcrackers. Yeah. So it's more of like a duty thing for him. So, she wants him to still be included, but also accept his choice. So he kind of just watches while her and the 2 other guys bind together. Only she binds fully with one of them, obviously, because the other 2 don't have the pendants, but they have a foursome. Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
They're all there together.
She's Zeb's in her.
Yeah.
She's
all of his piercings.
Yeah, that kind of scared me.
Yeah.
And she's reaching for Tao and Z's candy canes. And Noose or Nuss, Nuss, whatever. He's sitting in a chair watching
all of this happen.
Touching his own candy cane.
Yeah, so he does the same pace that they're doing.
So that he's like in it.
Yeah. So like, yeah. Leb gets off first, then she goes, then Z goes, and then finally Tao goes. She watches them kiss in front of her, which makes her go.
Yeah, she's holding them, and they lean over
in front
of her over
Leb,
because she's on top.
Yeah,
and they are making out while she's touching their candy canes.
Doing them, yeah. And then she makes, what's with Nuss though? Because like he has like angry face to her.
I think it's his concentration face.
Like, why are his eyes going black? He's just like, she said he looked angry. And she's like, well, I know he's not angry at me.
I think it's his concentration face.
So she makes eye contact with him once while everyone is like coming.
For her to make.
Well, like everyone is coming. And then she looked at him again. And then that's when he was finally, like, he finished himself.
And then we find out later that everyone could feel their power because a bunch of people in that
like the gingerbread place.
Each other.
Yeah, we get Konig's POV.
They could feel it all the way out there, and he felt it. And
yeah, Konig is like being a creeper, stalking the woods,
bushes, staring through the windows.
He ended up tearing a piece of the girl's cloth. In the whole tussle, so he like smells it, and it smells like her obviously. So he like wraps it around his candy cane, and he's able to come to completion in the snow.
He doesn't want to, but he says her magic like demands it from him. So he kind of, he had a choice, but he kind of didn't have a choice.
Yeah, but he also kissed her, and he wanted to kiss her too.
And I feel like that kind of, because she's kissed all the other ones.
Yeah,
and so
apparently when she kisses them, they like get healed.
And it also, like, strengthens her, which, what a power to have.
Yeah.
What a power.
What a good power.
Yeah, so she gets strengthened, and whoever she's bonding with gets strengthened through the act.
Yeah. So they have this whole wonderful time. it's kind of like the next day. So he has, Koenig said that he had 12 days to get her back, but now it's 11 because the whole day is gone. So he has to find her. He knows that they're going to be going off to find the other pendants. It's like the next day, and he
Since
sees like
she's been juiced up, she can feel it.
yeah. There's like 4 different groups, and they're all wearing the same thing to all kind of like throw off the mice so they can't track them.
And they rubbed like
they're like
all over
heavily.
them.
It's like I don't know, ginger or it smells like gingerbread. Like it's heavily covered in the scent to also try to like mask the scent. But he was like, I know which group is which, and I'm gonna follow that group. Like I have to get her.
Yeah, he's like, I could find her anywhere. And
He was like, they can't hide from me. So he shifts into his mouse form, and he's gonna follow them. And then the book ends.
He's gonna try and steal. Well, no, there was one little thing.
What?
She felt that sense of like darkness.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're like on horseback. She rides with Leb because
And she's, what are we gonna do with that thing that's poking me?
Yeah, so they're like all kind of like riding horseback on their little journey, and then she's like, oh well, Leb was like, you need to tell, like, something is wrong, like speak it, you know. And then she's like, I just feel like something dark is here. And then out pops her brother from the human world.
He's working with the Mouse Queen.
Yeah, he got like kidnapped,
which predictable, but like
so predictable.
Dude.
But also his line, like, hello, Clara, like, I always knew you were a whore. Like, hello, brother. Like, where did this come from? I'm riding on
what happened
horses.
To that moment of truce at the Christmas party?
Well, it's a new day.
She also agreed to marry the dude to help out their family. And he's crusty, dusty, musty.
Yeah. Yeah, so he just pops out, and then the book ends.
Yeah. And
cliffhanger, of course.
There's a second one. I feel like they're gonna find the next piece.
Mm-hmm.
She'll bond with the next person. Whether or not they make any more books, I think it's only gonna be one person, one thing. I think the rest of the books are gonna be one person, one thing.
Maybe.
Which would be fine if you liked the accomplished feeling of finishing multiple books. But I personally don't like when the same story is so split like that. Like second books, it's different. I don't know how to explain the difference, but
yeah, I'll read the second book, but I don't think we're gonna make a video for it unless you want to.
No.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna read it.
I'm probably gonna read the second book just because it's what I do. But yeah, I probably won't make a video about it unless it's requested, but I don't know. I doubt it'll be requested, so I'll read it anyway. But yeah, that was it. It started off Nutcracker vibes, and then it was everything else mixed in between. So I still enjoyed it. I thought it was a good story. It was different.
Sometimes it gave me like Candyland.
Yeah. I still enjoyed it. I still give it a 4.
I think it has a lot of potential.
It does have a lot of potential.
A 3.5. Just because it felt a little too rushed.
Yeah, it was definitely rushed.
Especially when the plan was obviously to split it up the way that it was. It could have been longer. I think all of it should have been one book, but it could have been longer. And Spice, I'd give it a 1 just because there was something.
Yeah. It wasn't crazy.
Yeah. I wish there was more descriptions. I did enjoy the scene, but it was really short, not that much description. Yeah,
shows only 2. This is Protected and Stolen on Goodreads. And that last one was 2022. But if the first one was rushed, then surely she can do... Oh, the second one is 176 pages. So I feel like surely everything else can happen.
Maybe.
Yeah, it only shows 2. So maybe the story will be finished. Maybe if I read it, I'll just randomly have a little thing at the beginning of a different story before we start and be like, so yeah, that book, remember? The Nutcracker one? like it finished. Maybe. Yeah. That is it for Smutmas Day 9. Oh my gosh. 3 more days. 3 more days, 3 more books. Smutmas will be finished. Then we'll have a break until the new year. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll definitely take a break from filming and reviewing books until the new year. We will still finish the Game of Love material, of course, but
in the new year.
Yeah, in the new year.
Sorry.
Alright. This is more important right now, though the book, it's not a holiday, so. Yeah.
That we know of.
Yeah, I guess, true. We might as well just have just one video. Just finish the book and have a long video. Or a video split in 2 parts.
Yeah.
Yep, that is it for Smutmas Day 9. 3 more days. Go see the Nutcracker Ballet. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Really loved it. I think that's it. Anything else? Bye!